Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my channel. If you like what you hear, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Again, thanks for tuning in and subscribe. Please subscribe. Today I wanted to talk about what has the narcissist really done for you? And this question comes from me. I walk in the morning, and because of, we've been on this lockdown, social distancing, and it's given me a lot of time to think. And I realized, I knew this even then whenever I was with my narc. He's also an abusive person, toxic masculinity, however you want to look at this. But he never really did anything for me, really. Like, maybe physically, but mentally, he just really I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you could fall in love with the idea of things, and I think that's what really went on, because when I look back on our relationship, I had everything that I have now. And you could always tell what kind of impact a person has on your life on how much it changes when they leave. And mine, it has gotten better. And that's the thing about a narcissist. In their mind, they think that they are doing you a favor by being with you. And, once you fall in love with that wrong person, that narcissist, they can talk you into believing that they have made your life better. That doesn't mean that it's true. Even if you believe that they've made your life better because of the things that they say, still doesn't make it true. The facts make it true. Look around at your life right now. If you are together, what would change if they were not there? Would it be better or would it be worse? This is a crazy story. With my ex, every time we got into an argument, and because he wanted something from me, and I just like, no. And when you're with a narcissist, they don't like to be told no. They can become belligerent, violent, manipulative. Anything is on the table when you tell them no, because they need you to say yes. And so what my narc would do is, this is so funny when I think about it. At the time, it was not funny. But if he asked me to do something for him, he would hold out his fingers as if to count, to tell me all the things that he has done for me. And so I'd gotten so tired of these arguments. And I remember our last argument was, he wanted me to co-sign a loan with him, which I refused to do because he had never held a job long enough for anything. And if he got this money for this loan for him to go to a different type of welding school, this loan would fall on me. Now I already have a house and I have a vehicle, and I have a nice truck. It's not a brand new truck, but it gets me from point A to point B, and I love it. Toyota Tacoma Pre-Runner. And I love my truck. And he has been through several vehicles because he constantly has accidents, or he buys an old vehicle, says he's going to fix it up, and he doesn't, because he never works anywhere long enough to get a decent vehicle. And when he tries to fix one up, he always just gives up on something. One thing about a narcissist, they cannot keep anything for a long time because their mind is constantly changing. They could go from one thing to the next without even, oh, that's old news. Anyway, he asked me to help him co-sign a loan, and he was going on this dream and fantasy and a delusion of how much more money he would make by getting this type of welding certificate and being able to do this type of particular welding. And he was like, I would make the money back within 2 months. And I was like, if you have that much faith in yourself, why don't you pay for the class yourself? And of course, this made him mad. He was like, oh, you don't love me. Look at all the things that I have done for you. And he holds his finger out and he's like, you wanted kids? I got you kids. I gave you kids. And that idea blew my mind. Like, oh my God. And I said, okay, name something else. And he goes, you wanted me to go to the other wellness school? I went to the other wellness school. And I was like, okay, that was really for you. But okay, if you want to, I said, tomorrow you will again say you went to wellness school because you wanted to go to wellness school, but because it fits your argument, go ahead, please use that. I said, now you have given me two. Name something else. He couldn't. And then he was like, I just do a lot of stuff for you. I was like, name it. Please name what you do for me. And so he couldn't name anything else. So he got mad. He was like, well, you don't do nothing for me. I always have to beg you. And so I was like, okay, since you want to go back with, you gave me kids. Okay, so you went to jail. I got you out of jail. I took you to court. I helped pay your fees. You went to jail again. I got you out. I helped pay your fees. You had to go to AAA, to AA. I took you to those classes, stay there and pick you up. Whenever you finally decided to go to welding class, I had to take you there and pick you up. I probably already have 10 fingers up, but I'm just going to stop counting. And before I stop counting, let me add, and then I gave you two kids, as you keep pointing out. So I'm already way ahead of you, and I'm not even halfway through the relationship. And so the argument pissed him off already. And so, so that argument he realized didn't work. So he goes, oh, you want to bring up old stuff. And I'm like, you brought up kids. Our children, at the time they were like 6 and 2 or something like that. But this is the argument that he wants to have. What he realizes that doesn't work because it was already a dumb argument. So then he was like, well, you just with me for money. And I'm like, you do know that's a dumb argument because you're asking me to co-sign for money. How can I be with you for money? And he was like, well, because of all the money that I will be making. And I'm like, but you're not making the money. That argument is dumb. And that's how I said it, dumb. And so, of course, he's extremely mad. He's extremely pissed off because the argument isn't working. So then he said, you ain't never loved me. You'll never do anything for me. I'm going to go find somebody that's going to help me. And I said, okay, please do. And he goes, see, I knew you don't even care nothing about me. If you love me, you would do this for me. And that's what they would hit at. If you love me, you're a gold digger. And that's one thing I hated to be called, was a gold digger. Maybe some of y'all feel like that too, that sometimes people make being a gold digger a bad thing. I don't know that I think that it's a bad thing. If a person is not smart enough to realize that somebody is just after them for their money, I don't know. I would like to think that, most people would realize, hey, they're just after me for my money. But sometimes a woman is with a man whether he has something or not. And the thing is, when it comes to a narcissist, they don't care what they have to say. And I realized with him, he didn't care what he had to say to try to manipulate me into co-signing a loan that he never had any intentions of paying, because I'd been down that road with him several times. But what you learn about narcissists is that they don't care what they have to say. They will say anything and everything. They can be hot and cold, love, hate, all in the same sentence. They will go from you are the love of my life till I hate you in the same sentence. I hate you so much, but you're the love of my life, but I hate you. And that doesn't even go together. You can be mad at somebody and still love them. But to love and hate somebody, it's because they are bringing out both of those inside of you. And they know it the whole time. They understand what they're doing the whole time. I thought for sure that he would resort to violence or anything like that, because that's the thing about narcissists, at least my narc. He would eventually go react to some form of violence, because whenever the manipulation, the anger, the hot to cold, the love to hate, when that didn't work, he always resorted back to violence. Of course, this could be a form of toxic masculinity, which I've realized there's plenty of that going on in the black community in general. Like, whenever I watch a lot of the Tyler Perry movies, even though I get frustrated watching them, it always resorts to black men being extremely violent. And it's that toxic masculinity. And for some reason, in those Tyler Perry movies, he doesn't want you to stay with that violent man, but he wants you to stay with the man that really doesn't have anything, but we're supposed to, feel his dream and support him through that dream. But a lot of us women know that if we support a man through his dream, as soon as his dream is fulfilled, he's gone. He's gone. And so not all men do this. Make no mistake. By no means do I think all men are mean, violent, and hateful and anything else. But many are, because we are raised like that. Women are raised to forgive, and men are taught to be men, to be men, to be men. To never cry, to always show your dominant side, and by any means necessary. Necessary can mean violence. But I'm already going off topic, and that wasn't what I was trying to do. My point is, he's gone, and my life is better. All I want you to do is think, has your narcissist really gave you a great impact or a negative impact? Would your life be better or worse without them? Take out the love. If love wasn't in the equation, real love, because a narcissist does not love you. They don't. But if you could not love them, look at them at an objective point of view. Say, look at it. If you were to write everything down, would you still say, I still want to be with this person? If you took out the love, that's how you know. Because a narcissist is not bringing love to the table. They're bringing manipulation, hate, dominance, deceit, cheating, anything bad is always on the table with a narcissist. And our life can be so much more simple without it. There's no amount of money that you can place on being at peace and happy. Joy and peace. Peace and joy. You will not get any one of those if you're with a narcissist. Guys, that's all I have to say about this subject. I thank y'all for listening. Share this video out to people that don't want to listen to you show them their problems. Because again, a lot of people don't want a person that they know telling them what's wrong in their life, because they're like, well, you're going through the same thing. But if you show them the video, something will spark interest. All right, guys, that's all I have to say today. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. I'm out.